It's horrible for everybody.
Yes, teacher.
But again,
yes, teacher. Excuse me.
yes.
In fact, according to the how do you say horario?
Schedule.
According to the schedule, in my case, I don't have electricity since 7 a.m. until 7 p.m.
Oh,
From Wednesday to Friday.
oh my God.
Yes, I ask you about that.
I mean, that's crazy, right? Hi, Anna. Well,
Hi,
in
everyone.
Pedro, good evening, everybody.
hi. For us, it's crazy. It was weird. They mentioned that they set up like a schedule, but electricity was off at 12, and it returned like around 4 or so. So I assume we're not gonna have electricity at night. More surely after 8 or 9, it's gonna be off. Hopefully not, but you never know. How was your weekend? Did you have a good weekend, everybody? Yes. Okay. I want to, we didn't at the end we didn't create the WhatsApp group. It's difficult to know what's happening with everybody, but fortunately the class is recorded. So it is supposed to be not an issue, so that everybody can go back and watch the class after they have they have electricity back, So Hugo and Gandhi are here. It's just 5 of you. Okay. So did you watch any movie or any series on the weekend? No? Hugo?
Oh, yeah, I wanted to say yes, but it was in Spanish. So I don't
It
know
was
if
in
it...
Spanish. I mean, of course, it counts. It doesn't matter. Just for the sake of watching something. What did you watch?
I don't know how to translate that, but in Spanish...
No, it's in Spanish.
La Academia de Policía. It's like a very old movie.
Okay, kind of, yeah, it has a couple of years. Okay. It's a comedy, isn't it?
Yeah, I like those.
What's who stars the movie? I don't remember.
I'm not sure. I didn't recognize because I think it's like, oh, I think more than 20 years old.
And are you younger than 20 years old?
Oh no, but I don't. I mean, I could recognize the actors,
Uh-huh.
but I think it was Leslie Nielsen, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and the others, well, I remember the names in the movie, but I don't remember the name of the actors.
Okay, man. Well, but it's a nice movie because it's usually a comedy, and comedies are nice, are really nice. Anna, it seemed like you said you watched something.
Yes, I watch Impossible Mission.
Mission
with Tom Cruise.
Impossible.
Mission Impossible
Yes. What number?
with Tom Cruise, the number 1.
The first one?
Yeah.
Oh God. I don't think I was born. I had not been born in that movie.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is really, really young.
I mean, you know, Tom Cruise is like 61 years old now. He should have been in his 20s. Wow. How come you watched that? Just because?
I was looking for something with I don't know, like a saga.
Okay.
So I watched the number one, and in this week it's supposed to I have to watch the number two because I don't
Okay.
know, there are
There are
like
6.
8
No, there are 6, I
or
think.
6. Yes, it's because I am watching with my son, and of
Oh,
course
okay.
for my son that is new.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice special effects. Nice.
Yes.
He's not a superhero, but almost. You know, he's a super
Yes.
agent. So
Yeah.
kind of like a superhero. I think Efrain wanted to say something.
Yes, teacher, I was playing Gifted.
You were what?
Gifted.
Okay. What do you mean?
Gifted is a movie
Oh,
whose main actor is Chris Evans,
okay.
and I don't remember the name of the girl, but the
Okay.
girl is another main actress. She has a special power or something like that. Is a genius
Uh-huh.
because she solves very easy any
Mm-hmm.
kind of maths problem.
Okay. Nice.
Very interesting movie.
Science fiction or
No,
what
no, it,
genre?
drama.
Oh, it's a drama. Okay. Good. Good. Thank you very much, Efrain, for that. Do you guys remember the reading we ended up the class with? Like last class? We were reading about superheroes. They mentioned 4. I don't know if you remember.
Superman.
There was Superman, I think. Yes. Who else was there?
The oh no,
Iron Man.
Wonder Woman. Sorry,
There was
Wonder Woman.
Iron Man. There was Iron Man for sure. Wonder Woman. I don't think it was one of the main superheroes mentioned in this text. They did mention Superman and Iron Man. 2 more.
Professor X, Professor Xavier.
Yeah, they did mention more. Like yeah, within the text, but 4 of them were like the main idea of the
Oh,
text. Okay, and Superman, Iron Man are 2 of them, and then there are 2 more.
Daredevil?
Daredevil, and of course, Mr. Spider-Man was the other one, okay? Spider-Man was the other one. And then we were talking about whether these superheroes can be considered good role models. Remember? They were giving information in the text about what makes them good or not so good role models. Do you remember from those 4, Superman, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Daredevil, which one was not, only one was not a good role model?
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Why wasn't he a good role model? If you remember, of course. Do you
I
have
think
any
it was
idea?
because the other. I think I don't know if I remember correctly, but I read something like the other superheroes the common life at their simple life had like common jobs, but he had like an army, I don't know, weapon
Oh,
maker job.
okay. Anyone else remembers anything? Why wasn't Iron Man considered a role model according to this text? Okay.
Because he uses the technology.
Batman too. So that wouldn't be a reason why. Do you have the text with you?
Maybe because he's a millionaire.
Okay, that's a good start. Okay, it starts from him being a millionaire, but Batman also was a millionaire. What else? What does he represent? Like, what is the figure, the representation that they make? They give you a symbol in the text to show you why he should not be considered a role model. If you look closely in the text, which I'm showing you right now, okay, in this paragraph, okay, line 55, okay, here, if you notice, it says, Lamb compares the selfish playboy millionaire to a superhero of the past. So if they describe Tony Stark or Iron Man as a selfish playboy millionaire, that is an indication of a negative trait, a negative characteristic. Because socially speaking, being a playboy guy is not positive. And that's an opinion, by the way, okay? If you think otherwise, I respect your opinion. And being selfish is not a positive adjective, okay? So as a role model, society wouldn't accept someone with those characteristics as a role model. Therefore, in the text, it was discussed that the other three, for many more reasons, were role models. Remembering the text is good because first, we should understand the main idea of the text, and then we should understand the details of this text. So I want you to open your books. Do you have your books open? Yes? Because you have to reread a little bit of the text to be able to answer these two sections. Number one, you need to choose the main idea of the passage. One of them is the main idea. The main idea is one phrase or sentence that summarizes the whole purpose of the text. And then, getting a little bit into details, we're going to do these two exercises, okay? Number one, completing the chart in which you show the pros and cons of the superheroes. Do you understand pros and cons? Yes, very good. And then the second one will be to match the superheroes to the characterizations mentioned in the passage. The ones mentioned in the passage, not the ones that you think about. Okay? So I'm going to allow some minutes to do these two activities, the first one and then A and B from understanding details, and then we're moving to checking plus dealing with vocabulary. So when everybody is ready and you have reread, let me know so we can both check together, okay? Please remember to let me know whenever you're ready, okay? So I think I will give you like 3 more minutes because normally these sort of exercises shouldn't take you longer than 15 minutes per text. So 3 more minutes, and then we will be checking so that we can move forward, okay? Okay, so what's the main idea of the passage?
Letter B.
Hugo, yes, letter B, Hugo. Superheroes can have a powerful impact on children's behavior. How do we complete this chart about the pros and cons of superheroes?
The number one maybe is helpful.
Yes, helpful is number one. Let me do this. Let me check it through the.
Maybe confidence.
Number one is helpful, definitely.
Okay.
Okay. Helpful. Okay. Helpful like this. What about number two? It says that superheroes give children
Confidence.
what? Confidence.
Confidence, yes.
And then they send the positive message about protecting.
Weak.
Yeah, the weak. Okay, we have to write article the, okay? The weak. What about within the cons? What did you find about the cons? It says that imitating superheroes can sometimes lead to what kind of behavior?
Aggressive.
Aggressive behavior, right? Some superhero characters exploit what?
Woman.
Women, pronunciation is women,
Okay.
right? And convey a narrow version of?
I don't have.
Anybody? Does anybody have it? Manhood. Okay? Manhood. Okay? That's how you complete it. Very good job for those who did it. Excellent. Then I'm gonna move to this is a particularly easy exercise. Characteristics that you can find in the text about these three superheroes: Superman, Iron Man, and Professor X. So what is a characteristic of Superman?
B.
This one?
He
He empowers
children
children
and
and stands for justice.
justice.
Okay, and stands for justice, fairness, and decency. Okay, very good. What about Iron Man?
The number 3.
He's self-centered.
Yeah, he's a self-centered character, right? They say he's not a good role model, and of course, it goes without saying that Professor X shows children that being different is also okay, right? Frayin, you arrived safe and sound. Very good.
Oh, I was here since several minutes.
Okay, well, since I didn't see you, that's why I mentioned it. Okay, guys, so we have an activity, a really nice extension exercise, which is not part of the book, but it is a suggestion from our material, and it's to work in pairs or groups. Okay, I think we're gonna be working in pairs because I want you to do the following exercise. Okay. This is the activity. Let me see if I can do this and put it in the chat for everybody to see it. Yes. You're gonna work in pairs or groups depending on how many are we here. And you guys are going to create a new superhero. Okay? This superhero needs to have positive impacts on kids. Okay? You have to decide their superhero's name and their superpower, and then the activity says that you should make a poster with the picture and the description of the hero. Okay, then at the end of the activity, you guys are going to introduce your superhero to the class. There is the activity in the chat box. Did you read it? So students are going to work in pairs or small groups to create a new superhero who will have a positive impact on kids. You're going to decide your superhero's name and what they do, what is their characteristics. It says make a poster, find the picture, do something, be creative, okay? So that we can introduce it to the class. You can come up with new names, whatever you think is going to be really nice and attractive to the people. So I don't know if Roger can hear me and Christian. Can you guys hear me? Roger and Christian, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Because since we are 6 here, you guys are 6, I'm gonna create pairs, okay? Right? Let me
Pedro.
open the rooms. Yes.
We have to create a new superhero.
Yes.
Or we have
Yes.
to find
A new one. No, a new one. You create it. No, you create it. Okay? With your imagination or, and then you come up with something totally and completely new. Okay? Let me assign participants here. And I'm saving this. And I'm going to open the new rooms. There you go. Please accept the invitation to the new rooms. Thank you. Hi, Roger. What happened?
Something happened. I lost internet, normal internet connection. Then I
Do you
lose all.
remember? Do you remember what room you were in?
Yeah, we were
What room was
working.
with who?
We were working in the superhero. I
Yeah,
lost connection.
but with
I
whom?
then I make it with the third cellular phone. I'm connected.
Oh, okay. You are room 3. I'm sending you there. Go. Move to room 3, please.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to listen to those who are ready. And I know that there is a couple that is still about to be ready. Okay, and because of that, I will listen to the others. Okay, now also listen to me. Okay, this is important. We are going to have the break at 8 today, and the reason why is because in the electricity disaster schedule, it says that we won't have electricity after 8. So there is a possibility that at 8 o'clock I won't have electricity. So we're going to continue with the class up to 8, and then if I have electricity, we stop for the break. If I don't have electricity, see you later, alligator. You know, because I can't do nothing about it. So just to make the most out of time, not to stop now and then not have electricity later and have an hour of no classes just because. Also, check on the assignments because I uploaded more assignments, okay? So that you can check throughout the week what you have to complete, okay? So, whoever wants to begin, please take the lead and be my guest and start presenting your task. I mean, you have to share the screen, show the, you know what to do.
Could be us.
Of course, whoever, be my guest.
Okay, so this is our superhero. I don't know if you were looking at watching the screen, watching my screen.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so let me introduce it. Okay, it was not drawn or anything by me exactly. It was done with the help of AI, Meta AI. So we introduced these characteristics and we said, help us design this superhero. So here you can see it. It's a eco-friendly superhero. I will tell you about his powers. Okay, so when he starts at some plants, maybe flowers, plants, trees, anything, and he starts blinking at them, they start to grow faster. Yeah, and it is a good model for children because he his purpose is to kind of Santa Claus, like he has a record of all well-behaved children, and he rewards them. He rewards them by giving them magic flying flower seeds. So the children have to take care of the seeds, and when the plants are big enough, maybe flowers, maybe other kind of plants, the kids are rewarded by a fly. These are flower or plants that can fly, so the children will also be able to. And now my friend will tell you about his characteristics.
Okay, continue with that introduce. I can say his name. His name is Ecoman, and we design his characteristics. He is 25 years old. He was born in Quito, and as you can say, he is strong, pleasant, and confident, and to help the children to imagine that they can fly if they has a good behavior. And his message is related with take care of the nature too. That's all.
Excellent job. Very good job. I appreciate it very much. It was pretty good. You know, at the beginning, I thought kids, green guy. It was like to teach kids to eat vegetables, which would
Okay.
have been a very good idea too, by the way.
Yeah.
Because you know that kids have problems with eating vegetables. They don't like it much.
Oh.
Okay,
If they can
but
become strong. Yes.
you see, so that it means that you can eat vegetables and still become strong. Vegetarians are strong people too. So that's pretty nice. I appreciate it. Very, very creative. And the use of AI, of course. I mean, why not? By the way, Hugo, you would say eco man, not eco. Eco, it's like in Spanish, but in English, you
Oh,
will
okay.
pronounce it eco. Okay.
Sure. Thanks.
Good. Awesome. Great job, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Who's next?
We can share.
Yes, of course. Be my guest.
Okay. I think it's this one. You can you watch me
Yeah,
my
yeah,
screen?
yeah. We can see it. We
Okay,
can see your screen.
we can
Yes.
see it. Sorry. um, she is Morita. She has a telepathy. She's uh she's strong. She's 16, so she lives with her parents and she's in high school. We wanted to make or create a superhero woman because I think there is no so much superheroes, woman superheroes. So this is our example. Christian, please.
Okay, also, she helps women in danger. I mean, she tries to avoid women abuse. Also, she is against the violence, so help the people that um, is in this kind of conditions. And she's seeing athletic and gymnastic, and also she try to recreate or create uh, an image of her with meta artificial intelligence.
I mean, of course. Yeah, yeah. Why not? I mean, there is the resource, so you gotta use it. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. A heroine, a superwoman. That's nice. Really nice. Excellent. Well, last but not least, we have Roger and Ephraim.
Okay, I am gonna show you my screen. Uh, okay, okay. Can you hear my screen?
Well, we can see the screen, not hear the screen.
Okay, so sorry. uh, are you seeing my screen?
Yes.
Yes, sir. We can see it.
Okay.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Okay, I am going to start. Our superhero is Valorium. He or she, we don't know if. Oh, is a woman. Is a man. Is a man. Okay, he represents a combination of um something or someone who acts with force and with his heart. And then we are going to explain its or his characteristics. Eh,
Okay. Okay. Valorium have many powers. Is oriented to help children. Then he can read children's main feelings and he can read their names. He can view the children's emotions, and in the main powers, they touch the child's hands and give them health and confidence. He touches the shoulders and diminishes the fear of the children. He instills in children the importance of responsibility for their actions, teaching them that every act carries its own set of consequences. This is main teachings that the way they interact. He imparts love and humanity to children, giving examples. And this hero have a logo, a glowing light in his chest, something like Iron Man, that helps children focus on positive actions. And when a child is making a positive action, his chest projects a light, a blue light of good action. That was the main facts of our superhero.
And thank you very much. Your creativity is really high, and I like it very much. I like that. By the way, we're gonna go on the break at 8, and if I am not with you, you're coming back to the main session at 8:30 to finish with the connection until 9:15, because the class will continue to be recorded. Okay, or so I hope so. So the instructions are that classes should finish at 9:15. You know, so if I'm not with you for electricity purposes or reasons, sorry, you have assignments to do in the workbook. I already assigned them. So when I'm not here, if I'm not, you can just stay there connected, doing the activities from the workbook, so that you can make the most out of time, and then disconnect at 9:15. Okay. I know this is weird, but we gotta deal with what we gotta deal. You know, that's it. So
Okay.
going back into our activities, I'm going to start discussing with you the section that says whether how movies teach manhood. Do you know what manhood is? What's manhood?
Madurez.
In English, of course, right? What's manhood? How would you define manhood?
Uh,
Ma-
when
Masculine.
people grow in his thoughts, maybe.
Again, say that again, please. I'm sorry.
When people grow in his thoughts, maybe.
In their thoughts. Oh no, I think you're a little bit away from the meaning of the word manhood. Anyone else has any idea?
Some characteristics of adult man.
Okay, it's having characteristics of adult men. That's pretty much very literal. What else can that word imply?
Mature.
Something like virility.
Responsibility.
Okay, something like virility. Somebody said it over there.
Yes,
Like
I am.
what being a macho man means. You know what that means, right?
Yeah.
Like men have to be brave, men can be weak, men have to face the danger and always overcome the difficulties, right? That's manhood. Well, movies portray that, they show that in many ways, in many aspects, whether that's positive or negative for humans in general, kids or no kids. It is to be discussed. This is a paragraph before we watch a series of videos on TikTok about the topic. Okay. Um,
Hey, are
so
you
let's.
sharing your screen?
I should be. I'm
No,
not.
we
I'm sorry. Here it is. Yeah, that happens. So there you go. Let's read the paragraph. The idea with this paragraph will be to uh, connect first the words in bold to their meaning here. Okay. Let's read the paragraph. Would anybody please read the paragraph? Somebody.
Yes.
Anyone.
May
Yes,
I?
please. Yes, of course. Be my guest.
TED Talk. As a parent of a girl and a boy, Stokes is interested in how movie characters and themes influence his children. In his TED Talk, he assesses recent and
Assesses.
excuse me,
He assesses.
he assesses recent and classic children's films. Several of these movies involve a quest where the characters go on a journey to accomplish a goal. However, Stokes is concerned that in most of these movies, both the heroic and the villainous characters are male. He would like to see more female characters. Stokes believes this is important not only for the girls in the audience, but also for the boys. He suggests that present seeks out movies with
No, the
more
parents. He suggests that parents
seek out movies with more female characters so that both their sons and their daughters can have positive female role models.
Thank you, Efrain. Thank you very much for your reading. Let's begin by connecting the words in bold with their meaning, okay? So the way I prefer to do it is by reading the meaning and then finding the word, okay? So the first meaning says, search for something, especially over a long period of time. What would be that word?
Seek out.
Let me do this
Seek out.
just to be able to write it down. No, it's not seek out. It's a search for something. It's a noun, okay?
Quest?
It's supposed to be a noun. It's actually a quest, okay? Good. To look for will be?
Seek out.
Now, in this case, to seek out, okay? Having the qualities of a bad person.
Villainous.
Villainous, okay?
Villainous.
Good. Actually, it's not like that. It should be villainous. That's the pronunciation. Villainous, because the word is villain. So villainous. Yeah, villainous, okay? Yeah.
Villains. Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Evaluates and analyzes, that means?
Assesses.
Assesses, okay? Very good.
Assesses.
The central ideas of an artistic work, such as a movie or a novel.
Theme.
The theme. And finally, having the qualities of a person admired for bravery or great deeds.
Heroic.
Heroic. Okay? Heroic. Okay, very good. That's excellent. Good job. And following up, there is the first section of this video. So we're gonna watch it. Okay. The idea is to choose the option that best completes each sentence. Okay, by watching the video. So we have 2 sentences and 3 choices. My suggestion, as always, will be write down information. Do not just watch it. My suggestion is write it down. Okay? With the notes, you will be able to answer. And in this particular video, we have subtitling opportunities. So we're going to watch it twice. The first one without subtitles, and the second time for a little bit of more help with subtitles. Okay? I also need to be able to share the audio, which is being shared right now. And it's full screen. Can you see full screen? The video?
Yes, we do.
Yes? Awesome. Let's watch it.
You know, my favorite part of being a dad is the movies I get to watch. I love sharing my favorite movies with my kids. And when my daughter was 4, we got to watch The Wizard of Oz together. Totally dominated her imagination for months. Her favorite character was Glinda, of course. Gave her a great excuse to wear a sparkly dress and carry a wand. But you know, you watch a movie enough times and you start to realize how unusual it is. Now, we live today and are raising our children in a kind of children's fantasy, spectacular industrial complex. But The Wizard of Oz stood alone. It did not start that trend. 40 years later was when the trend really caught on, with, interestingly, another movie that featured a metal guy and a furry guy rescuing a girl by dressing up as the enemy's guards. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Now, there's a big difference between these two movies, a couple of really big differences between The Wizard of Oz and all the movies we watch today. One is there's very little violence in The Wizard of Oz. The monkeys are rather aggressive, as are the apple trees. But I think if The Wizard of Oz were made today, the wizard would say, Dorothy, you are the savior of Oz that the prophecy foretold. Use your magic slippers to defeat the computer-generated armies of the Wicked Witch. But that's not how it happens. Another thing that's really unique about The Wizard of Oz, to me, is that all of the most heroic and wise and even villainous characters are female.
So I'm pretty sure you want to watch it again, right? Do you need to watch it again with the subtitles this time?
Yes, please.
Let me ask you something. If you had to think about how much you understood from the first from this video without the subtitles, would you say you understood 50% of the video? More than 50%? Less? More or less
We
than
understand
50?
more.
You understand more than 50% of the video? Yes?
Yeah, maybe 90.
80%? 90? You said 90?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, nice. Pretty awesome. Good. Considering that there are jokes in the video. When joking, there is implicature, which is difficult to understand in English. It's fine that you understood 90%. So now I'm gonna play it again with the subtitles.
You know, my favorite part of being a dad is the movies I get to watch. I love sharing my favorite movies with my kids, and when my daughter was 4, we got to watch The Wizard of Oz together. Totally dominated her imagination for months. Her favorite character was Glinda, of course. Gave her a great excuse to wear a sparkly dress and carry a wand. But you know, you watch a movie enough times, and you start to realize how unusual it is. Now, we live today and are raising our children in a kind of children's fantasy, spectacular industrial complex. But The Wizard of Oz stood alone. It did not start that trend. 40 years later was when the trend really caught on, with, interestingly, another movie that featured a metal guy and a furry guy rescuing a girl by dressing up as the enemy's guards. Do you know what I'm talking about? Now, there's a big difference between these two movies, a couple of really big differences between The Wizard of Oz and all the movies we watch today. One is there's very little violence in The Wizard of Oz. The monkeys are rather aggressive, as are the apple trees. But I think if The Wizard of Oz were made today, the wizard would say, Dorothy, you are the savior of Oz that the prophecy foretold. Use your magic slippers to defeat the computer-generated armies of the Wicked Witch. But that's not how it happens. Another thing that's really unique about The Wizard of Oz, to me, is that all of the most heroic and wise and even villainous characters are female.
Now, with the second view of the video, you may be able to answer these two questions. Okay. So question 1 says, when Stokes refers to the children fantasy spectacular industrial complex, he's describing an environment inspired by which of the 3 best answers that question? And then the second one says, when Stokes says that the wizard in a modern version of The Wizard of Oz might say, use your magic slippers to defeat the computer-generated armies of the Wicked Witch because of what? So let's see if you are able to understand. In the first case, what is he referring to? He's describing an environment inspired by what?
think the second one.
Definitely entertainment designed for children that also markets products such as games and toys, right? That is so true. And then in the second case, why does he say this phrase? Use your magic slippers. You know what slippers are?
Like shoes.
Kind of shoes that you wear to be home, right? To defeat the computer-generated armies of the Wicked Witch. It's comparing the Wizard of Oz with another movie. Evidently, if you saw the poster, the other movie was Star Wars, right?
The third one, maybe?
And then, yeah, definitely, because movies like Star Wars often feature a hero with a magic weapon, a hero that fights computer-generated characters. Okay, very good job. Very good job to the first part of this video. Now, moving on. It says, okay, that we should be able to watch this the second part of this particular show or talk, and then we're gonna match the movies. Okay, Star Wars, The Wizard of Oz, Beauty and the Beast, and The Hunger Games, to what the presenter might say about them. Okay? To do this, we need to be able also to write down information. So let's watch the video. This time, the video does not present us with subtitles. So I cannot help you with the subtitles. What I can do is to play the video twice, so you have the chance to double check your listening skill. Okay? So it's a 3-minute video. Let's watch it.
I started to notice this when I actually showed Star Wars to my daughter, which was years later, and the situation was different. At that point, I also had a son. He was only 3 at the time. He was not invited to the screening. He is too young for that. But he was the second child, and the level of supervision had plummeted. So he wandered in, and it imprinted on him like mommy duck does to its duckling. And I don't think he understands what's going on, but he is sure soaking in it. And I wonder what he's soaking in. Is he picking up on the themes of courage and perseverance and loyalty? Is he picking up on the fact that Luke joins an army to overthrow the government? Is he picking up on the fact that there are only boys in the universe except for Aunt Beru? And of course, this princess who's really cool, but who kind of waits around through most of the movie so that she can award the hero with a medal and a wink to thank him for saving the universe, which he does by the magic that he was born with. Compare this to 1939 with The Wizard of Oz. How does Dorothy win her movie? By making friends with everybody and being a leader. Like, that's kind of the world I'd rather raise my kids in. Oz, right? And not the world of dudes fighting, which is where we kind of have to be. Why is there so much force, capital F force, in the movies we have for our kids and so little Yellow Brick Road? The movies are very, very focused on defeating the villain and getting your reward, and there's not a lot of room for other relationships and other journeys. It's almost as though if you're a boy, you are a dopey animal, and if you were a girl, you should bring your warrior costume. I mean, there are plenty of exceptions, and I will defend the Disney princesses in front of any of you. But they do send a message to boys that the boys are not really the target audience. I mean, they are doing a phenomenal job of teaching girls how to defend against the patriarchy, but they are not necessarily showing boys how they're supposed to defend against the patriarchy. There's no models for them. And we also have some terrific women who are writing new stories for our kids. And as three-dimensional and delightful as Hermione and Katniss are, these are still war movies.
Would you say it is necessary to watch it again? Or that
Yes,
would be
please.
okay? Yes, Christian, yes?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's watch it again. Okay. There you go.
I started to notice this when I actually showed Star Wars to my daughter, which was years later, and the situation was different. At that point, I also had a son. He was only 3 at the time. He was not invited to the screening. He is too young for that. But he was the second child, and the level of supervision had plummeted. So he wandered in, and it imprinted on him like mommy duck does to its duckling. And I don't think he understands what's going on, but he is sure soaking in it. And I wonder what he's soaking in. Is he picking up on the themes of courage and perseverance and loyalty? Is he picking up on the fact that Luke joins an army to overthrow the government? Is he picking up on the fact that there are only boys in the universe except for Aunt Beru? And of course, this princess who's really cool, but who kind of waits around through most of the movie so that she can award the hero with a medal and a wink to thank him for saving the universe, which he does by the magic that he was born with. Compare this to 1939 with The Wizard of Oz. How does Dorothy win her movie? By making friends with everybody and being a leader. Like, that's kind of the world I'd rather raise my kids in. Oz, right? And not the world of dudes fighting, which is where we kind of have to be. Why is there so much force, capital F force, in the movies we have for our kids and so little Yellow Brick Road? The movies are very, very focused on defeating the villain and getting your reward, and there's not a lot of room for other relationships and other journeys. It's almost as though if you're a boy, you are a dopey animal, and if you were a girl, you should bring your warrior costume. I mean, there are plenty of exceptions, and I will defend the Disney princesses in front of any of you. But they do send a message to boys that the boys are not really the target audience. I mean, they are doing a phenomenal job of teaching girls how to defend against the patriarchy, but they are not necessarily showing boys how they're supposed to defend against the patriarchy. There's no models for them. And we also have some terrific women who are writing new stories for our kids. And as three-dimensional and delightful as Hermione and Katniss are, these are still war movies.
Okay, so what would Colin Stokes say? What might he say about these movies? For example, about Star Wars. What will he say about Star Wars?
It has a lot of violence and only few female characters.
I totally agree with that. What about The Wizard of Oz? What will he say about that?
It can be a great model for boys and girls.
Yeah, he's been saying that since he started his talk. The Beauty and the Beast, it's a movie, a type of movie about which Colin Stokes might say that what?
It's unlikely that boys will watch it for
Yeah,
the princess.
Yeah, not too many boys will watch that. And then, of course, the Hunger Games, right? It's having strong female characters, but well, still, they are a movie in which war is present. So we need more movies that what? What is something that Colin Stokes might most agree with? We need more movies that what? What do you guys think? Focus more on relationship and personal journeys, present positive messages and role models for girls, or teach boys how to protect girls and women. What might
I
he?
think the first one.
The first
The
one.
first one.
The second one,
Actually, the first one. It's only a section, a small section of what he says, right? But it's actually not quite completely correct because he doesn't speak about the relationships between people, but more about the journey. So that is like a contradicting statement there. The second one, however, it says presents positive messages and role models, but for girls, not girls role models. What he might for sure say is that there should be more movies in which boys are shown how to respect girls and women. Okay, that is something that he would say because evidently there is a lack of consideration in the movies about how boys deal with movies. If you remember the example about the Beauty and the Beast, and if you remember the example um, about their in Star Wars, in which all of the boys are always like fighting, but there are only a couple of girls who are like the protagonists, you know, in the movie. And he mentions that girls always have to protect themselves from this or that guy, and they show you, you know, you remember Gaston, the guy from the Beauty and the Beast. Like he does not have any sort of respect for women, and women always have to strive to get that recognition and respect, but by what they stand for, they never get it. So this is something that he might really, really say. In this last section of the tech talk, you guys are going to listen and watch again, and then discuss these questions. Okay, what question does the vegetable test ask? You have to complete the box below. Okay, after watching this part 3 of the tech talk. Look, let me open it like this, and I'm going to play it for you right now. Listen and watch.
Now, almost none of these movies pass the Bechdel test. I don't know if you've heard of this. It has not yet caught on and caught fire, but maybe today we will start a movement. Alison Bechdel is a comic book artist, and back in the mid-'80s, she recorded this conversation she'd had with a friend about assessing the movies that they saw. And it's very simple. There's just 3 questions you should ask. Is there more than one character in the movie that is female who has lines? So try to meet that bar. And do these women talk to each other at any point in the movie? And is there conversation about something other than the guy that they both like? Right? Thank you. Thank you very much. 2 women who exist and talk to each other about stuff. It does happen. I've seen it, and yet I very rarely see it in the movies that we know and love. I think our job in the Netflix queue is to look out for those movies that pass the Bechdel test, if we can find them, and to seek out the heroines who are there, who show real courage, who bring people together, and to nudge our sons to identify with those heroines and to say, I want to be on their team, because they're going to be on their team. I want more quests like that. I want fewer quests where my son is told, go out and fight it alone, and more quests where he sees that it's his job to join a team. Maybe a team led by women, to help other people become better and be better people, like the Wizard of Oz. Thank you.
Would you say I should repeat it?
Yes, please.
I should repeat it. Okay.
Now, almost none of these movies pass the Bechdel test. I don't know if you've heard of this. It has not yet caught on and caught fire, but maybe today we will start a movement. Alison Bechdel is a comic book artist, and back in the mid-'80s, she recorded this conversation she'd had with a friend about assessing the movies that they saw. And it's very simple. There's just 3 questions you should ask. Is there more than one character in the movie that is female who has lines? So try to meet that bar. And do these women talk to each other at any point in the movie? And is there conversation about something other than the guy that they both like? Right? Thank you. Thank you very much. 2 women who exist and talk to each other about stuff. It does happen. I've seen it, and yet I very rarely see it in the movies that we know and love. I think our job in the Netflix queue is to look out for those movies that pass the Bechdel test, if we can find them, and to seek out the heroines who are there, who show real courage, who bring people together, and to nudge our sons to identify with those heroines and to say, I want to be on their team, because they're going to be on their team. I want more quests like that. I want fewer quests where my son is told, go out and fight it alone, and more quests where he sees that it's his job to join a team. Maybe a team led by women, to help other people become better and be better people, like the Wizard of Oz. Thank you.
Okay. So after watching this, what kind of movies does Stokes want for his son and why? This is like a personal question, and the answer should be also personal, okay? But again, what kind of movies is he looking for?
He's looking for movies where the character, especially the main character, doesn't have to do all the job by himself. He wants movies where the males need to join a team, and it will be better if the team is led by a woman. By women.
If the team is what?
Is the team leader is a woman.
Okay, if the team is led by a woman, yes, indeed. He actually speaks about movies in which there are positive role models, right? And in which they also learn that working with women, especially those who are leaders, is positive. Okay, so let's move on to completing this particular table we had about the Bechdel test. Okay, in the Bechdel test, according to the video, these movies should have at least 2 what?
At least 2 women.
At least 2 women. Okay, and these 2 women need to talk to
each other.
Each other, you know, and then about something other than
the man.
The guy they like.
Amen. right? The guy they like. That's a very common um, image that we have of movies where there are women. So every time we see women in a movie, they're talking about boys. They like this one and that one, and then they start talking about that. So it's true. It's true that we have men in general. We have provided that, uh, let's say, point of view about women, which we should not uh, pass on to our generations. Okay. So, do you know any movies that apply this Bechdel test, like or not? Can you mention any? Um, it would be like a class, like a pair discussion, and then a presentation. Because of time, we're gonna do it here together. Okay. Um, so, what movies would you mention that pass this test and give us the idea, the example? I have one in mind already, but I'm not gonna say because you may probably also have it in mind, the same one I have in mind. So, what movie have you watched or do you know of in which there are at least two women, probably protagonists, talking to each other and about something that is not just a man? Okay? Talk to me freely.
Snow White, maybe?
Snow
Blancanieves?
White. Okay. What girl does Snow White talk to? What other woman does she talk to in Snow White?
In okay, in this movie, there are at least two women. Is the queen?
But do they talk to each other ever?
Nope.
That's the point. It doesn't pass the test.
Yes. Do they
It doesn't.
do they
It
talk
doesn't.
about a man who whom they, I don't know, like
Yeah,
her?
but to
Her?
yeah, but to no, whom they like. But to pass the test, there should be the three components. Number one, there should be two women.
Oh, okay. There
Number
has to
two,
be the three.
yeah, the three of them. There should be two
Oh,
women.
that means
These two women should talk to each other, discuss something that is not the man they like. And Snow White is actually a good example of the opposite.
the opposite. Yeah.
Okay.
For me, that means
If you think about all those fairy tales, Snow White, The Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, all of those are about Prince Charming and the girl, and there is not like that feeling that we're looking for in this test.
okay.
Any other test? Any other, Roger?
Maybe Kill Bill. About Kill
Kill?
Bill, about the assassins have many female assassins that are trying
Uh-huh.
to
You see,
kill
that's a good
other
one.
people and make many things, uh, but they are not occupied by romantic relationships.
But I mean,
They
but
are they are occupied
but
by revenge, survival, and things like that.
survival. We
Survival.
It is true, but Kill Bill would not be a role model, you know, because that's not a role model at all. I think Gladys or Yolanda. Who are you?
Both.
What do you prefer? I mean, of course,
I
but what do you prefer?
prefer Yolanda, but
Okay, Yolanda, good.
okay.
Okay, good. So,
In my opinion, maybe the Wonder Woman in that movie are there at least two. In fact, are many women. They talk about not only love. They practice like improve his skills and how to become strong and how to protect the world.
okay, let's think not just literal about there being two women. When they say this about being two leading roles, two women leading like roles, you know? Like, of course, there are many women in the movies.
Okay.
Okay, like of course.
There are a queen. There are the main warrior,
Uh-huh.
and there are a a, a child.
By the
Uh,
way, Yolanda, remember that we say women is the plural form of woman. No, no, not you never say womans. We always say women. Okay.
women. Okay.
Okay. I appreciate that. Anyone else with a comment? Any other movie?
Frozen.
There you go. That's the one I was looking for. Somebody said it.
Frozen. Here,
Okay.
Frozen is
Yes.
about a story about two sisters, and they demonstrate courage, resilience, and challenge and discoveries and something like that. And there's two sisters.
Like the focus of the movie is not the men they like. They're
That's right.
actually secondary. You know, you're marrying somebody, I like somebody, but the focus is them, their relationship, right? So that one passes the
Could
test
be
totally and completely. Christian, yes.
could be no, Black Widow, maybe, because in the
Okay,
movie there are she and her sister, and they are the principal characters,
there you go. Good. Okay,
and
any other
also they
movie?
are fighting together. Mhm.
Okay, no, keep going, Christian, keep going.
Okay, they are fighting together against the villain, but there are not many men in the movie. They are the principals, and they are not other ones.
Okay, any other movie you may think about?
I'm thinking of Wonder Woman, but I don't know if it applies.
I mean, I don't really remember all the movies in the filmography. That's why you should tell me. But we need to consider this, okay? Like there should be in the leading roles, women in the leading roles to apply to be applied, you know, to apply for this test. Because again, if you look around the movies, there are many women, but do they take the leading roles in the movies? Do they talk to each other about something different than just like this is like a very plain kind of test, but it's giving you the idea of if there is an argument to the movie, if the plot goes about something else than what you would expect or what has been historically shown as the type of conversations that women have in movies and in real life, you know, which is a really bad, I would say, stigma that women have and has been portrayed in the movies. You see how difficult it is? We can look back in our minds the so many movies that we might have seen in our lives, and it is still quite difficult for us to come up with a list of movies in which all of those three happen because of the history of movie making. You know, it's really difficult. Now there are other movies. I think it's The Mother. I don't know if it's the movie by you know, Jennifer Lopez. You know that movie?
Yes.
That's something is interesting. That's a movie in which is also this kind of behavior of being a woman, being a protagonist, and it's very difficult. Even though we have probably watched lots of movies to identify this. Okay, well let's stop it here. Um, let's go on the break. We have uh, it's 15 minutes. Okay, then we'll be back like around 8:15. If I'm not with you, it's because of electricity. And as I said before, move on with the assignments that I already assigned in the material on the workbook. And if I have electricity, I'll be back in 15 minutes. Okay. See you soon. I hope so. I hope so.
Gladys, buenas noches. ¿Me escucha? De pronto
Yes,
sabe cuál es la
Hey, teacher.
tareita,
yes.
Elena.
We
Okay.
have to do the assignments that Pedro give us
Okay. And that is in the platform or where is it?
in our book
It's in the
in
platform.
assignments.
Okay, in assignments in our book. Okay, thank you. Thanks so much.
So, sorry to trouble you. We have to make the assignments. And the assignment is that one that is vocabulary, something like that. Workbook,
Yeah,
vocabulary
this is the
practice
work.
test.
Yes,
Go
we
to the platform. In the platform, in the section assignment, we have already 2 assignments. Unit 1, Unit 2.
You did it. Ya lo hicieron. Ari ya hizo ese deber, ya. Porque veo que es pues, practicar, no sé, tenemos que practicar la pronunciación, ¿verdad?
We have a lot of yes. We have different
Yes. For
activities. One is
example,
about
we
practice,
have
other
to
ones is
do.
about grammar, other ones is just listening.
Okay, you did it.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see.
Yes. We have to do about both of them.
Okay.
All
Okay,
tasks.
all tasks. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Hugo, we cannot silent, right? Thanks.
One question. The Pedro said we have to finish all the assignments for the class.
Can you repeat it, please?
Yes. Do we have to finish all the homework, all the assignments?
No, we don't.
No,
We haven't.
there are a lot.
Yeah, there are many.
Yes, yes. We must continue.
Okay. Thanks.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, bye guys. I think it's about time.
Bye, classmates.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.